to get rid of you two, actually. And I'm still trying to keep on the panthers a little bit manually. I've culled off a lot of the boomalopes too. They'll still have more, but we culled off a lot that we shouldn't have to cull them for a bit. The dromedaries, I don't touch them. They take forever to fucking age up, so left them alone. But yeah, there should only be a few muffalos that are having their offspring now. I've got like one male, and he's probably still a juvenile, actually. I don't know, he's an adult now. I'm gonna say he was only just kind of juvenile, so I super don't want to keep and train another Thrumbo, but I missed the opportunity to sell you. I sort of don't want to start training it, but I also know if they don't start doing something with it and we end up keeping it or taming it or something like that, it'll be a problem later. But I think I did the same thing-ish with the yaks. Fire starting spree, that's fine. I can go set shit on fire. And I culled off some of the cats too. I didn't cull off the adult male cats because usually what happens is they'll end up like, I don't know, they'll get attacked and then I won't have any, you know, ability to be able to do like more cat breeding and stuff. Work schedule's next level autism. I mean, rude first comment, but welcome in. Is it Z? Zix? I think it's like Zix. The starvation. Gura, why are you starving? Is it because you've been in the hospital? A gunshot injury, cut scar. I think she's going off to eat. I'm guessing we beat her up for something. It's fine. She'll be fine. Alright, so we've done some side tables. What else we got going on? I'm moving the solars over. I was making lavish furniture. That's right. We were trying to make them all better than excellent, except for beds. I was not fucking around with the beds because they will displace all the colonists, and I have a whole bunch of them like set up for like their couples and all sorts of stuff, you know. Got another masterwork there. Chuck that in on here. I think I've got a shit ton of uranium. I could make a shit ton of uranium stuff because I'm not going to use uranium for anything for a long time, and I'll need plasteel for advanced components and shit. So I might make you guys a bunch of chairs all up in here, and that way when they're ready, like if they're making them all really close to each other. I know that this is not like as close as it could be, but I have got like a lot of seats around the colony that we could swap over. So and obviously no, I can't like put that one there, but there we go. I might put an extra one there to accommodate for this side. So make a whole bunch of stuff. I'm gonna go around the colony. I'm gonna find which chairs are kind of crap, and I mean most of them should be good unless they've broken them. So we should have mostly excellent everything, but if it's not, I'm gonna get rid of it, and that way each room will have its like, you know, prettiness, joy, whatever, speed factors all increased, and they'll love working in wherever the fuck they're sat. So like I said, there's a lot of chairs around the colony. A lot of them we brought from the previous location, so it's not like, a lot of them should be like excellent or above because we only launched the best. But yeah, this is one of those cases where like a couple of them are going to be masterwork. Like we're going to have a bit of a mixed bag of seats kind of thing. Like some will be uranium, some will be plasteel, some will probably be wood. Shouldn't be too many that are wood. Inspired taming, go for it. I don't think we have anything that needs to be tamed, unless like inspired taming isn't also for training, is it? No, it's not. Okay, cool. Where my love, why did you set fire to the fucking fire phone, Papa Love? There you go. Let's see. Goal with the save. Expand. Nah. So basically, this is my colony of Asora, and we are headed towards the landed ship quest. And we're roughly about 3+ years in at the moment. We started down here. I'm on core game, no DLCs, no performance mods, basically almost no mods anyway. But yeah, we've been slowly moving across the world, taking an army of 250 plus colonists to the Leadership quest. That was our second location. This up here was our third, and this is where we're at now. So each time we move, I have to kind of like get them reacquainted, like settled in, get them all like their supplies, make sure we have enough resources. In this case, this place snows in winter, which means that I have a very large portion of the year where I can't grow food outside to sustain this colony. And I didn't act on it the first couple of winters because we had snow and then we had a cold snap in spring. So I got like basically almost half the year just gone of grow period and stuff, and we didn't have the grow rooms yet. So yeah, we nearly ran out of food completely a couple of times, and so yeah, that was a bit to come back from. But now we're up to a point where we've got about roughly 21 days worth of food if I include raw and cooked. So we should have enough to feed the entire colony plus the animals through winter, since we won't be able to grow anything externally, and what little we can grow is going to be limited to the grow rooms and stuff. And yeah, I'm sure that like we'll probably use up stuff, or somebody will kick a pile, you know, like one of these piles in here has got to be like at least 1,000 or so. And that one's close to it. That one's got like 960 something, right? So somebody goes and kicks that pile, we automatically lose 900 meals, which is critical into winter. If somebody kicks like the 2,700 pemmican, fucked, you know? So yeah, it could go back to being an absolute shit show through winter. In the moment we're in winter, I also have one person waiting for an operation. Viper, do we run out of ears? Probably, maybe. I have to have a quick look around. We've got a prosthetic arm. We got no, we got one. We got one for him. He'll be fine in a moment. Yeah, so each location I try to add something to the colony. For instance, like the first location was just getting them stable, situated, and getting colonists in kind of thing. Getting into the groove of like, you know, existing. So the second location was, we had to abandon that almost as soon as we moved in, because we moved and the game updated to 1.5 and the tile broke, which meant that like the save was essentially corrupt. So that was kind of shit, because I just culled off all of my animals from the move, and I didn't realize that we had a whole bunch of glitches because of the update. So like the caravans were unpacking as they were packing. We left without food. Everybody was starving. Everybody arrived. We had 3 IRL months of just tantrums of trying to mitigate people's just absolute fucking rioting and stuff. And yeah, so we ended up staying at that place for like about 1.5 years nearly, because it just took that long to stabilize them. And we also added that everybody had a weapon at that location. Everybody also had nice like bedrooms too. In this location I had to downsize the bedrooms just a tiny bit, just so that everybody could have a bedroom. I've got enough for like 348 or something colonists, give or take, across the entire everything. So there are some empty beds, but I don't have a lot of couples beds. So a lot of these will be empty because I only have like 20 or maybe 30-ish couples now, because we moved in, we had 22 and we've had like 3 marriages since, so maybe more. But yeah, so I don't have a lot of couples beds. I do have to keep on them to keep like the single individuals the fuck out of them so that they're not being used up. I'm at the moment upgrading all their rooms. They're getting some carpet. I'm going around and I'm re-upgrading things that they've already made and demolishing them if they're not like excellent quality kind of thing, except for the beds. I'm not going to touch the beds. Most of them are like good anyway, right? But if I lift them up, they're going to chuck the colonists around, and then I've got to go and like basically find where the fuck they've moved to and stuff, which is not ideal. We're getting some floors and stuff because we're essentially stable. Nobody's going to be able to grow anything over winter unless it's in a grow room, which I need to make sure that does have a roof on it. Good. So yeah, it's kind of winter, a little bit of downtime now, so it's now trying to fix up the base. I also am trying to install like as many bionics and stuff or prosthetics into colonists that perhaps might need some kind of medical thing, whatever. like you need an ear. I don't have lungs. We don't do organ harvesting or anything like that. So yeah, whatever we've got, I have to make or buy for that kind of stuff, you know. I'm not gonna lie, there's a lot of information not fully following along, but it's nice to listen to you go on about it. Thanks, that's generally how it is here. Not everybody's like 100% knows what the fuck's going on and stuff, but most people just like listen to me prattle on and stuff anyway, so it's all good. It is a lot, especially since like there is a lot of information about this colony because it's been going for so fucking long. So yeah, but either way, like I'm still making like bionics for them, and I'm trying to upgrade shit for them. I'd like to get them all to have some armor. We have like helmets so far. We have like basic, I think it's simple helmets. Oops, I don't want to get rid of that one. And then yeah, once I've got them to have all they all have weapons, then they all have armor, and we've adapted to like using hydroponics, and I've had to start learning how to use a nutrient-based dispenser and stuff, you know. Yeah, it's been good. It's good kind of like moving not very far and having them get the chance to kind of like what is the new issue with like having no grow period in fucking winter and stuff, you know. It's yeah, if I had just done a huge jump, we wouldn't be prepared. My people wouldn't have warm clothing. We wouldn't have food. We probably would have died, right? I would have done as best I could to have prevented like mass death. But I mean, you know, shit happens. So stuff, not much I can do about it. If and when it does happen, I could just try to go back and see if I can do it better. But that's about it. Ramble a lot, but it's really nice. That's been going. This has been started in the 7th of March 23. So it's over 3 years this colony has been going for. I play it basically every Tuesday with like, you know, the occasional like missed week because of like an event or something like that, but rarely. Like it's pretty like consistently across like every week kind of thing, you know. You're saying, you know, no idea, lol. The chart goes up, so that's good. Yeah, so what I was saying was, you know, was like when it has these massive drops, that's like, you know, a lot of death or a lot of loss or like whatever kind of thing. Like this is when we moved and we lost a shit ton of resources because we had to abandon a lot of the colony. Not the colonists, but like a lot of the colony wealth and stuff had to be left behind. And then we had to start working again and stuff. Yeah, that was 1.5 update. This would be closer to like when I got near like 1.6 we moved. I had to wait until the update happened before I moved because it was just, I wasn't going to risk it like moving and then the update breaking the tile again. So I just waited, and then we moved into 1.6 tile, which hopefully if they ever update to like 1.7 or some shit like that, it doesn't fucking break it again. Because it takes a lot to stabilize a colony at this size. Pretty fucking hard, you know. Gym updates or something. Yeah, correct assumption on that. It's I don't know. For ages, it's like nothing happened. Like I started this on 1.3 and we're on 1.6, and yeah, I was like, it felt like nothing happened for ages, and then out of nowhere, bam, update happened. Games, like I had to test it offline. I had to like save my save and not like obviously actually do anything to like progress the game to find out what it was that I had to do to actually keep the colony alive. I wasn't sure if we were going to keep it or if it was going to fully destroy it at that point. It was one of those, if it broke it, I was just going to start again from the beginning. It was just how it was going to go. Which also, if we get to the landed ship quest and like we colossally fail that, because I've never done a landed ship quest, then I'll start again from the beginning with like probably same colonists and same mods list, and yeah, go again. I'm expecting this to take like maybe like 5 years to get there. I'm estimating 5 years, but it really just depends on how long like some areas take us to stabilize. As it gets colder, I'm sure it's going to get harder. I think I've uplifted all the chairs, give or take, maybe. So when they start building them, like nobody's up here building it now, but I'll go grab like Chimpanzee and Brandon, some people or whatever, and we'll get cracking. You're not able to lock the game version. I think you can. I feel like that's maybe what happened with like 1.3, because it was such a colossal change from 1.3. And then like I think that's what broke the tile, is it was like a few versions behind or something, you know. Yeah 5 years. This has been 3 IRL plus, well, 3 plus IRL years so far. Like I said, we started this in 23, so yeah, I expect it to take maybe a few more years. I'm just mostly seeing what core game can handle while taking an army of 250 people across the world to land a ship quest. Chimpanzee mate, can I grab you? I need you up here to do, I know you're building the fire foam popper. I would just like you to come and hang out and work on these for a bit, because I know you can probably kick out a masterwork at some point, and that would be great. I'll just make you do a couple and then I'll go find somebody else. I also want on this. Not Dally. I feel like Dodsworth's good for this shit too. He's a 6 in construction. He's not going to be doing a masterwork. Who else is in the area? We'll go find somebody. Grasshopper's cooking. Rats, crops. Josh Tranner, none of you guys. Arena's fighting. Cammy, I think you're crafting, aren't you? You're animals and shit. Must be the other one. Must be fucking Camel I'm thinking of. Anyway, one of these originals should be able to fucking... There you go. Let's go get you. You'll be able to do it. I don't know if she was going off to eat, but I've stolen her for the moment, so it's fine. Should be alright. 5 more. So, what's that wildly hot commitment? Make sure you keep backing up saves. Yeah, I don't back up the saves. So basically, I save. So hold on. I save my save. We've got the auto saves. I have like 1, 2, like Asora 1, Asora 2. I have raid saves. And I have like at the end of the night when I save to like finish stream and stuff, I will save it to like night. We're going off on a caravan. I have a caravan save. Like I have a few different like specific saves, which if something colossally shits itself, there is a chance that I might be able to go back to one of them without it being like auto saves and stuff. Because if I rely on it just being like auto saves and then I do a special event, my auto saves might get wiped out by whatever I'm doing for the event instead. Like a couple of weeks ago, we did a build a ship, try to get a colony off the ground in 5 days, and I did this previously in February, and it was fine. And then I did it on harder difficulty last time, and basically they basically just like almost didn't make it. It was looking like I don't think they're gonna make it out, and they still made it. We got like, I'm not actually sure how many people got out of that one. Hold on a second. I saved it. I put it in a blue sky post. Hold on a second. Won't be that far back. I know it was the largest colony I've ever had, but I don't know how many people actually left. Hold on. We had 64 out of 192 living colonists got off world, and that was the biggest colony I've ever had, which was 385 odd colonists. I couldn't count it perfectly because people were dying as people were coming in, so it was about 385, give or take 2 or 3 kind of thing. But we had 700 confirmed dead, and we had like roughly 250 to 300 unconfirmed ran wild, gave up, or kidnapped. It was insane. It was just bonkers. So coming back to this was nice. It's nice and calm, you know. Which reminds me, I was going to check when the last time, let's see, we had a marriage. We had the infestation. I haven't been attacked for a long time because we've been mitigating a starvation event for months. And we had the infestation, which gave us some food. We had the ambush, which I think was a quest that we went to. And there was the enemy raid. Okay, that enemy raid has got to either be humans, or I thought it would say if it's a mech raid, but maybe it doesn't. Ambush, ship pass, crash. Yeah, it doesn't specifically say. So that one has got to be either the mechs or the people, one of the two. I haven't been attacked here for months because we've just been, everybody's been constantly nearly starving to death. And then on top of that, we've had the flu, the plague, muscle parasites, what is the other ones? Flu, plague, gutworms, something else, all at the same time. So yeah, that kind of knocked us around for a while. And yeah, I don't know, they're fine. So yeah, we're just back to business at this point. It's trying to get everybody, which reminds me, I will be trying to equip everybody's weapons soon. And I've only got a couple of people that are down in hospital at the moment. And Viper should have had his operation by now. He's got his ears implant. I can't do anything about his dementia, so that'll be fine. Anywho, they should be destroying the chairs, and I do want to install bionics and crap, but yeah. They're just on an extreme diet, no starvation here. Nah, we got to a point where we actually did run out of food because I thought that our last location didn't snow in winter. We could still grow. It was this place, right? And we didn't have as much land as that place, right? And instead, I was able to grow stuff outside full year round, which meant I didn't need as much space to grow food. So I really thought when we made this place, which is mostly grow rooms, right? Or grow areas and stuff, I kind of thought it would be enough, but we also moved in here with like 1,000 animals. So that was not accounted for because I was at the time moving between 2 locations. So we had food and grass and stuff for them to eat at both locations. So when they finally all moved in here, we did do a big cull, but I didn't cull hard enough because I was trying to keep an amount of meat because we've got like 40 panthers, which, you know, we've culled them down, but like they eat meat and shit. So we needed to have meat. And I also have I had like 20 odd cats or more. I think it was closer to 30. So like we needed a lot of food and resources and crap. Stealth was wagging, force to sleep something wolf flushes. No. You get your sleep, Viking. Yeah, no, it was just kind of, I didn't react fast enough to the starvation. Like we had a near starvation event at that last location when we moved in because we moved in without any food. And then I didn't plant outside, and we had only an internal grow room. And we basically had like a generator, and my colonists decided in their multitudes of non-stop tantrums to go kick the generator and break it, and we had not enough steel or components to remake it, and it was the only thing keeping the grow room on in winter. So yeah, that was kind of shit because we sort of needed that to exist and make it through winter and crap. And anyway, we ended up breaking down some other shit around the place so that they could eventually have, you know, power and food and stuff getting made. But it was a very, very fucking difficult start to that location. Just like, this has been a very fucking difficult start. Like, basically the last like 3 or 4 months has been me sitting here like telling somebody to manually harvest each individual thing as it's become harvestable, and try to mitigate how much the animals get food versus how much we get food. And yeah, trying to cull off the right amount of animals without over culling to like leave us with like too little food for later and stuff, because they also obviously produce like, you know, milk and eggs and other small baby meat animals and stuff like that. So yeah, it's been a very heavy balancing act for a while. Hey Millsy mate, can I get you, when you're done with that panther, can I get you clean in here? They're getting a little bit dirty, and I was gonna say, I'm like, up in here is probably due for a bit of a clean. I got people that can do it. I don't know what I just told you to do, but okay. I just get somebody to just walk around for just a couple of minutes. We'll decrease our food poisoning just a tiny bit. Mind you, if you haven't had food poisoning and you're in my colony, are you really one of my colonists? Seriously. What happens if cannibal shows up? They just eat someone. Traits like extremely ugly work destroy many people's moods. So the only thing that I don't take anymore is chemical interest if I can avoid it. I don't give a shit if they're cannibal, pyromaniac, ugly, whatever, right? None of that shit matters. Like, in this area, for instance, I think I ripped up the gold, but I think there's still silver on the floors. So, like, even though it's dirty, even though it's got these ugly ass things and like a whole bunch of benches and stuff, it's still relatively okay in here, kind of thing. As for the room itself, it's extremely impressive, luxurious, very spacious, pretty, and clean, right? It's enough to combat how they feel about this space, even if they've got a colonist working beside them that's like staggeringly ugly or something like that, right? I also have got a lot of statues and shit around the place to try to bring it up. We were working on making gold floor tiles in here, but then I realized they needed shit to break when they had tantrums, so I made a gold table instead. So yeah, they break that and stuff instead, you know. So I don't know what you're on about with the role-playing stuff, but anyway. So yeah, I've got like heaps of stuff around the place. As for like cannibal, we don't do cannibalism here. We don't do what do you call it? We don't keep slaves. I don't chop up my prisoners. I don't feed them to themselves. Like, prisoners get treated reasonably well and stuff. So yeah, I try to make the prison as nice as physically possible so that when I do have prisoners, they want to join because they like the place and stuff. But when I don't have prisoners actively, I only turn this into a space like my colonists can also use as like a spare kind of, you know, what do you call it? Like a spare rec room, spare med bay, that kind of thing. Deadlift, mate, when you wake up, can I get you clean in here? Sweet. Alright, what the fuck else have I got going on? I do want to get them to do bionics and stuff soon, but I want to have a closer look at their amounts. We've got some side tables around the place. I think they're making a bunch of, what do you call it, statues and stuff, so we'll be able to, oh no, we got animals walking in. That is Viking. That is my streamer wolf, my moderator and stuff. He is a adorable, wonderful, lovely wolf and stuff. So yeah, that's who Viking is. I will chuck you up in here. There we go. And I've also got, like, we don't do kill boxes, none of that shit either. So yeah, I just have a fuck ton of turrets. I have started to dabble in IED traps, as you can see. So hopefully the next time we get a mech battle, it goes a little bit better since I don't have turrets inside of the colony. So yeah. But outside of the colony, we have got a turret wall to keep us relatively protected. Obviously, if we have a solar flare, we're kind of minutely fucked depending on what attacks us. But I've also had allies send in like hundreds of, what do you call it, allies and shit at a time without being requested. So sometimes that's the best thing, honestly. I'm just also having a look around to see which ones of these deep drills are inactive, because I've seen a couple ping and I have a lot of them like everywhere. So yeah, we'll see. I know I don't have like any bots or anything like that kind of running around because obviously I don't have biotech. I don't have any of the DLCs. This is just core game. So I have basically like everybody set up so they can do some amount of hauling or cleaning if they're capable of it. If they don't have a lot of skills, they'll get like a high priority on something else. Everybody is manually allocated to be whatever they're like the best at, or have multiple things as like the highest kind of thing. I know like most of those, most of my colonists, I know most of them, except for like about 70 odd. Extreme break risk, foul, Y. Insulted, ravenously hungry, serious pain, drowsy, slept in the cold. Where are you sleeping to be cold? Are you in the hospital? Because we only just added heat to those. So some of these rooms might be maybe cold. 19 degrees, it shouldn't be. It could be just very cold outside. Let me have a look around. Unless they've been sleeping up in the prison, which I doubt. They shouldn't be. But I'm guessing